So, a guy walks into the bar, orders a Manhattan. I'll start stirring it up, strain it into, let's say, a coupe, throw a cherry in there, and more often than not, I'll just get this blank look from the guy who gets angry at me about this fancy cocktail he just got. He doesn't want it in this fancy glass, no ice. Just throw it in rocks glass, ice, make it look manly. This isn't a new thing. Fancy cocktail was actually the first variation off the original cocktail. So in the early 1900s, you didn't really have names for cocktails. You didn't have a Manhattan, a margarita, a martini. You had a cocktail. So spirit, sweetener, bitters, water. You had a whiskey cocktail, a brandy cocktail, a gin cocktail. As bartenders started messing around with these, they would decide to throw in some citrus, maybe put a fancy garnish on it, put some sugar, salt on the rim. And you had a fancy cocktail. Still not really being named. You had the fancy brandy cocktail, fancy whiskey cocktail. It wasn't until 1850s or so, New Orleans, you had the Bandy Crusta, which is basically just a fancy brandy cocktail. You throw a little bit of lemon juice in there. You put the peel of a whole lemon, put some sugar on the glass on the lemon, and it looked like a drink people probably had never seen before. And it's a very important drink due to the fact that A, it had a name. It wasn't just the fancy brandy cocktail. A fancy brandy cocktail didn't have to have lemon. It could have lime, it could have salt, it could have an orange peel on it. Fancy brandy cocktail kind of didn't have much rules except that it was fancy. The Bandy Crusta had to follow these exact specs to be a Bandy Crusta, which was a very important step. It led to the sidecar, which in turn led to the margarita, which in the US today, I would guess that's the most popular drink at almost every bar in the country. So it could be argued that the Bandy Crusta is the most important cocktail that we're going to talk about in this series. Let's see what it looks like.
Don't worry, I'm officially done saying the word fancy from here on out. So let's start on this garnish. I'm going to peel an entire lemon. It's not going to fit exactly on top of the sugared rim like the original would, but we're still going to throw it in there to sort of pay homage to the original. So we're going to start the Bandy Crusta with 1 3/4 ounce of cognac, and then we're going to put 1/4 ounce of Luxardo maraschino liqueur. This is going to add a little bit of sweetness to the cocktail besides just that sugared rim. And then a 1/2 ounce of orange curacao and a 1/2 ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice, a 1/4 ounce of simple syrup, just to add a little bit of thickness and tie all the ingredients together. I'm then going to stir this, and I know it has citrus in it, so you're supposed to technically shake it, but I felt like the stirred version of this cocktail drinks a little easier, is a little more delicate than the shaken version, so I'm going to break the rules. And then we're going to garnish and finish this drink. So I hope you guys all enjoy this Bandy Crusta. Maybe come in and grab one or make it at home. Either way, thanks for watching the video. Thanks, guys. Bye.